We have the red Goblin player Bambi on the left side against the blue Mordor player Sauron on the right side. And once again, potentially one of the hardest matchups in the game. I like... Alright, we shall see. Eisengasm, my man. Dragon, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Welcome. Okay, double slaughterhouse coming up for Mordor into the Orc Pit. On the other side, we see 2 tunnels and potentially 4 tunnel opening. Bambi is a player who always likes to go for the economical opening by getting at bare minimum 4 resource buildings. And we have even seen in one of the games, Bambi building like 8 tunnels and rushing legit down the Dragon Lord Drogoth. All you want is 4 farms, half troll. Look, Sauron is able to read him like a book. For example, Orc shall not counter Spider Rider. True that, true that, true that. But they don't. They don't. So basically, Spider Rider cannot be countered by the Orc warriors. That's legit not possible. Okay, so we will have actually indeed 4 tunnels into the fissure opening. So Bambi is actually such a defender of the half troll swordman strategy. He's kind of defending the idea of them being extremely strong, close, and maybe even overpowered, you know? And for that reason, we shall see if he can make them work out in this matchup against Mordor, the toughest opponent beside Angmar. So Angmar is the hardest opponent for Goblins, Mordor is the second one. And we will have a classical Orc pit start, but right off the bat, he's going to build the Troll Cage. So Trolls are extremely efficient in this matchup, and you need to get your half-troll pikemen, but the thing I don't like about half-troll pikemen is that they cannot be trampled down. That's a bad thing, by the way, because the troll can just run over them without them getting knocked down and without the troll taking any damage. Okay, so Orc Warriors, boys. Orc Warriors, Troll Cage. I'm Bambi expert Goblin, you know? Okay, we will see. He will have feature level 2 start. Oh, actually he plans to recruit some of the cave trolls at the beginning of the game. No half-troll swordman yet. But you can see, unlike Mordor, Goblins, they don't even get access early on to the cave trolls. You need to get your feature to level 2 first. While Mordor can recruit them from a level 1 troll cage quite easily. Eye will be used, but remember, Eye is getting completely negated by the Creepane or cave beds in this case. So not only he's losing all the value from the Eye of Sauron, but also he's losing on top of that a quarter of his DPS, which makes those orcs deal almost no damage. They will be dying almost to the fortress, and the troll will be definitely able to enter the battlefield. Hey, Gniedelhorst, schön, dass du hier bist. Vielen, vielen Dank. Okay. What is the difference between 2.22 and 2.22 optional? 2.22 optional are textures. So basically we changed the hero portraits, for example, stuff which is not from the vanilla original game. And I know some people, they want to have this original textures, and then you can keep it disabled. And if you are like into this new HD portrait stuff, you can also enable it. That's the difference. But you can still play online with, in, you know, multiplayer, regardless whatever you are using, optional or no optional. Cave trolls against mountain trolls, but looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. That's the difference. And look at this. The mountain troll is looking like an older brother from this cave troll. Run, you fool. It's a tough matchup. I was actually expecting Bambi to dodge this matchup, you know. Maybe cave troll faster. No, they're actually equally fast, I'm assuming. Or yeah, they look faster. I mean, they look equally fast. And the thing is, this troll can always peel back and heal up. That's a huge advantage from a mountain troll in compared to a cave troll. Look at this. You can now stop and boom. How can you deal with that? This poor little troll has no chance to do that. And would you look at that, boys? Would you look at that? Easiest game in the semifinals ever done in a tournament in Rise of the Witch King. So guys, we are in the game number 2. It's a Man of the West mirror match this time between the red Man of the West player Bambi against the blue Man of the West player Sauron. Once again, those two players are actually BFME 2 experts, but yet again, they are able to not only get a strong, strong group stage, but also move on to the semifinals. Yesterday, we had the quarterfinals between Sauron against Ave, which was pretty nice. And Ave isn't defeated yet. Ave was just dropping down to the loser's bracket and can definitely work his way up all the way to the grand finals. And we have also one more quarterfinal game between Maru and Fairy, and the winner of this one is going to face against the semifinals number 2 in the winner bracket against Mr. Smug. 3 farms opening into the stable. That's the build order from Sauron. On the other side, we see barracks opening after 2 farms into the 3rd farm. Okay, so barracks opening into the Gondor soldiers. They're actually typing too much, and I wish, like in BFME 1, there would be like a mute button, you know, in which you could mute the in-game chat to not be distracted. Because the sound it makes, you know, like did it. Okay, so there is a goblin here. That's the map Iron Mountain, by the way. If here like a, what is this? Like an inn hidden in the mountain. And look at this. Would you look at this, boys? The guy is dancing around and looking for the girl to hit her like a truck, but he's always unlucky. The girl is always beating him, always showing but not touching. You know, only looking, not touching. In the meantime, creeping action is going on for Bambi. He will be able to creep the warplayer in the middle of the map. And we have a stable opening. Will it be a stable delete? That's the question. Nope, that's not being the case. He will keep the stable and building the barracks anyway right after. So getting Gondor Knights on the field, especially early game, is going to create an immense amount of pressure. Oh, but don't ride into them. Okay, Riding Call is going to be used. Nice micro. He actually lost one of them. It's not a big deal though. And now Bambi has to deal damage. He has to deal damage. As we are talking, there is no defense. Not a single soldier battalion has been joining the battlefield yet. And one beautiful trample is incoming against the soldiers of Gondor. They are taking not too much damage, but 3 tramples are still enough to crush them. The barracks is going to be his target. And yes, oh, he might go for rebuild though. Nah, he has picked already the rallying call. He cannot go for rebuild anymore. To battle. Okay, the barracks has been taken down. That's actually a great achievement from the Redman of the West player. Hearing King stands alone, not alone. Rohirrim, Meshadowfax with the raiders of 19. Thank you so much, Meshadowfax. Appreciate the raid. And everybody, guys, welcome to the semi-finals of the spring tournament. The score is 1-0 already for Sauron. And we are in the game number 2 in a Man of the West mirror match. Knights better than Spider Rider. Yeah, Knights are better actually. When it comes to go for a trample, harassment, I believe they are overall better. But also, you know, Man of the West is like known for the strong cavalry. That's their specialty, you know, that's what Men of the West are good at. The farm is going to be taken down, definitely, yes sir. And yeah, he lost the barracks, but it's not a big deal, I think, because he can just replace it. Because in exchange, those Gondor Knights, they actually dealt a lot of economical damage to Bambi. Hey Panikos, welcome. Rafe, welcome. Gaunter, welcome. Okay, the Rangers, now the Rangers are actually good for the Angmar faction, dude. The Dark Rangers, they are famous with the long shot and Fellwind Wombo combo. I mean, this Gondor Knight actually dealt so much damage, holy guacamole. And there is another one. Okay, I mean, you could creep this one eventually, the Goblin layer. And by the way, there is like a race going on this map. I think you have seen this already one time in one of the previous matches on the tournament. We have Angmar on the field as a hero from the Red Man of the West layer Bambi. And Angmar is a great anti-cavalry hero. So every mounted hero in Rise of the Witch King is actually also a counter to the cavalry itself. And Angmar is a great skilling hero too. I mean, Angmar is like one of the most cost-efficient heroes definitely for the Man of the West faction. He's just very good, has leadership, spear throw for splash damage, and also money. The pillage comes in clutch with level 4, and let's be real, leveling up Angmar isn't really a hard thing to do. Every time I see him easily reaching level 5 and 6 in few minutes. Okay, trample, beautiful. After the first couple of minutes into the game, we can see that the blue Man of the West player Sauron is sitting on 400 command points in total. He has 4 power points collected after the rallying call. On the other side, his opponent, Bambi, has 450 command points available, but he's being pressured all the time from those Gondor Knights. And they are being extremely annoying to deal with. I mean, you have only one Angmar, but he has at least 2 Gondor Knights at the same time on the field. He was also creeping this at the same time. 5 power points collected, which can be either invested into the heal or the rebuild. And Angmar is here, level 3. He will keep chasing down those Gondor Knights all the time. I'm also surprised that we don't see Angmar yet from the blue Man of the West player Sauron. There is a barracks hidden at the top right corner. Double pikemen. Pikemen are dealing incredible amount of damage to the production buildings. They can actually take down this barracks in a few seconds. Okay. So, but they are gonna die to the soldiers though. That's not good. Oh, there comes the push from Sauron with the rallying call on the soldiers and pikemen. The question is, oh yeah, there comes the counter rallying call defensively from Bambi, but you know, that's not gonna change the fact that you will lose your farm. There is so much pressure on Bambi. He's dropping down to 450 command points, and Sauron actually has the same command points now. Power points and command points are looking almost identical. Garrett's 1, 2, 3, thanks for the first time subbing with the primers. Really means a lot. Thanks for the huge support to the channel, my man. Thank you, thank you.
Jerist 123 just subscribed. Welcome to Beyond Standards crew.
Ahoy, thank you very much. So, I mean, you see in this situation infantry spam from the red Man of the West player versus like a mix of cavalry and infantry, but there are no archers at all. Like you see only pikemen and not even the transition into the stronger pikemen. You see only legit Rohan spearman units. Remember, they got a buff in the version 8.5 which makes them a bit more reliable. And I don't know what they did to the Men of the West, but Men of the West kinda became like a more spammy faction than Goblins are. Nowadays in 2022, you see Goblins ignoring the Goblin spam and going right off the bat into the half-throw Swordman action. But Men of the West is the one faction that likes to build at least 2 barracks, 3 barracks at the same time and keeps harassing and spamming soldiers and Rohan spearmen, you know, every single time. Look at this. That's Fiesta. Shanks, Traki and Zyria can play after this one. Okay, man, that's good. That's nice. And we can actually make some progress also in the losers bracket. That sounds good. Okay, the barracks is under attack. Look, you see the damage? That's pretty decent amount of damage for one single pikeman. The farm here is going to be taken down. Lots of pressure on Sauron. And actually, Bambi is shining bright like a diamond. Nobody would have expected this, you know? Because normally, Sauron is definitely more experienced in BFME 2 Rise of the Witch King in compared to Ectelion. 425 command points for Sauron and 575 command points for Bambi. He went for the arrow volley, which will be used here on the spot. That's good. Arrow volley has no friendly fire, so you can stay on your own fire without taking any damage. The farm level 2 has been taken down. That will drop down Sauron all the way down to 400 command points in total. Look at those soldiers. They are looking like Denethor. In the film, he was like, abandon your post, run, flee for your life, you know? And then he was actually burning. Like, this girl was on fire. The barracks is quite low. He might be able to finish this. 6 power points collected. There is a defensive expansion coming around the fortress. And just for the plan B, you know, for the worst case scenario. Hope for the best. Be prepared for the worst. 7 power points collected. 325 only against 575. So we can see that Bambi has the control of this game. You can see also in the mid area, he has like the middle. I mean, this map is kind of tricky though. Like this map sounds or looks big, but it's actually not that big because the pathway in the middle is kind of tiny and you can control this later on easily with one single tower. You know, if you get Lone Tower Special Summon from your spellbook as man and you place one ranger inside here on the spot, it will create such a, you know, like a blocking of the path, you know. The opponent will struggle to get through this area and you can control this area quite easily with one single tower, only, I can't even talk. Angmar, the Horse Lord of Rohan, level 6, almost level 6. The well is coming up for his sustain and recovery. The Gondor Knights were barely able to survive. They have not seen a single hero yet from Sauron, even though he was the one who was going for the cavalry. He never recruited Angmar for himself. There comes the rallying call. He missed one of the soldiers, but the barracks is getting literally in few seconds crashed. Big commitment. He has a stable level 3 for the Knights of Dol Amroth. He's like, it was working against Ave yesterday, it's also gonna work out this time. So he's maybe planning to do the same thing what he did to Ave in the previous series of him in the quarterfinals. He was able to take down the fortress with one single Knight of Dol Amroth. Maybe, you know, maybe, who knows? We shall see. 7 power points collected, but it looks like Bambi is reading him like a book. Bambi is like, I know what you're up to. I'm not Avi. I will not leave my fortress unprotected. Building multiple expansions. But the stable level 3 is under attack. Tom Bombadillo special summon. Boom! Hey, dude, don't lose your Angmar. Kill Angmar. Tom. Oh, Tom is the real hero, I'm telling you boys. WTF tower. Dude, it's a level 3 building. You know, if you don't know, it's gonna be able to shoot you down. Okay, maybe the Knights of Dol Amroth can change everything. Who knows? They need to be level 5 though for the glorious charge, or for the charge of glory. It's like a small and a weaker version of the glorious charge of the King of Rohan. So it's not that strong, but it's definitely very efficient for a unit that can boost himself that much for 50% more damage, and especially the 100% more armor makes them very beefy, you know. And also you get slow resistance, so you can charge them down without getting slowed down. Oh, don't lose. I mean, this is no rebel of mindless. This is no rebel of mindless Gondor Knights. These are Knights of Dol Amroth. They cost a lot, but they need to be level 5 before they can deal any damage to you. The thing is, I believe Ectelion was kind of too scared about them, you know? And I think you also need to make a transition now into the Tower Guards to be able to deal with them. Because these seem to be too tanky for them to die quite fast against those Rohan Spearmen. And with them, maybe he might be able to buy himself enough time and recover. Because he's still quite behind. Actually not. He's up command points now. What the heck is going on in this game? That's unbelievable. Oh, you know what? This guy also went for his own stable level 3, boys. So we will see Knights of Dol Amroth from both the sides at the same time.
I must repay the debts I owe to my enemies.
Oh yes, Irma, baby girl. Glad to see you back on the field. Oh, my bad. Okay. Oh, spear throw. Longest spear throw, but hey, these knights, they don't die. They are tanky. That's a desperate move. That's not gonna work out for you. 10 power points collected after the arrow volley for Bambi. Nah. Ready your horses.
Soldier battalion at the ready.
I mean, no transition yet into the Tower Guards, boys. I don't know, man. That seems kind of questionable for me. If you see Knights of Dol Amroth, maybe you should avoid making those weak and cheap pikemen and go for the transition instead and recruit one of the mightiest pikemen in the entire game with their sexy, long, broad shields. The Tower Guards, the defenders of the White City. Oh, nice. Dude, one trample is all it takes. The thing is, the leadership from Angmar doesn't apply on them. So you cannot buff them, you cannot make them stronger. You can also, I believe, you cannot even debuff them, if I'm not mistaken. They have like a set amount of damage that cannot be changed, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure about the buff, but I'm not sure about the debuff. And would you look at this? Does he have rebuild? Yes, sir. Nice beat. A nice spear throw. They are still committing. They are dealing so much damage to the buildings. It's unbelievable. In the meantime, the counterattack is happening. The well is going to be the first target from Sauron. He's maybe over-committing here. With the Knights of Dol Amroth, he's taking a lot of damage and he's forced to retreat. Damn, man. The stable level 3 is tankier than a fortress. Unbelievable. The farm is going to be taken down. The arrow volley is coming. Is Sauron paying attention? The answer is yes, but it's a little bit too late. He lost almost all his spearmen in the farm. Will remain on the field, but he has also his own Knights of Dol Amroth, boys. They are level 2. Level 5 is a massive power spike for the elite units from the Men of the West faction. 13 power points in the bank after the arrow volley for Ectelion, but he's dropping down to 350 command points only. And we have 575 command points for Sauron. He has 10 power points collected as well after the Tom Bombadillo special summon, which is still on cooldown. And still no transition from either player into anything stronger than the Rohan Spearman units. That's unbelievable. Recovery at the well, slowly but surely, and we have a hero now. I will represent the men of the Gondor. Actually, that's a very good investment. That's very underrated. I don't even know why people stopped recruiting Boromir. I think he's just too good. One of the best heroes from the Men of the West faction. The stun, especially in this matchup, is so efficient. You can even stun the Knights of Dol Amroth. And the only way man can get fear resistant is by recruiting the old man, the wizard, and getting him to level 5, which is, let's be real, a wet dream of Men of the West. 11 power points collected. They will be slowly but surely recovering it well. And at this point, Sauron is preparing himself for a big push. Riding Call is on cooldown for Sauron. 14 almost power points collected for Bambi though. The fortress from Sauron is open. So one push, one big attack on the fortress with the Rohirrim special summon eventually might, and with those 2 Knights of Dol Amroth, can take down the fortress in a few seconds. Let me tell you that much. The question is, can Bambi defend himself? He has not much left on the field, but he has arrow expansions around the fortress. Oh, don't fight the pikeman in a one-on-one situation. You get money, spear throw can be used, but it's on cooldown. The well is going down, that means no more sustain for the red man of the West player. He's getting dismounted. Angmar is no more horse lord, he's a peasant lord now. But during all this time, you gotta keep in mind that Sauron is untouched, and Boromir has the legendary Horn of Gondor. Blow my Horn of Gondor, my friend. The marketplace is coming up now for Sauron, and he was also going for the stable level 2 for the tower guards. The transition has been finally accomplished. It means we will have the chance to see the stronger pikeman. Dude, and that's the messy ups moment. Yeah, that's the messy up moment. You see what I'm talking about? Boromir is so underrated. You should recruit him every single time. Look at this. Would you look at that? The stun legit lasts for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, which is enough time to take down those expensive units. And Boromir can be such an influence in order to change the outcome of the fights. We have the red Angmar player, Bambi, against the blue Angmar player, Sauron on the top side. Early Hall of the Kingsmen, and we see a double mid opening for red Angmar. Yeah, but that's the only reason why you would ever recruit Boromir. Let's be real. You know, that's the only reason. And if you nerf the Horn of Gondor from Boromir, there is absolutely no reason for you anymore to ever recruit Boromir. That's legit the only reason why he's good. 4 meals opening once again. That's a risky one though. Against the early Hall of the Kingsmen, opening with 4 meals. This guy is brave. Why only mirrors? It's randomized. You know, we are never lucky. They pick random, but then the chances of this is pretty low, but sometimes you gotta be lucky. Okay, so 4 meals, Hall of the Kingsmen. On the other side, 1 meal, Hall of the Kingsmen into the second meal. That's the build order, and he will actually recruit Tramaster and wait with the transformation. You know, just that's something you can always do with Angmar. You don't need to rush it. You can always wait patiently. I mean, in this matchup, it really doesn't matter too much, but normally you can wait against factions like Mordor, who might go for a Troll Cage delete, against factions like Men of the West for a stable delete and stuff like this. So you can always get the right unit on the spot. And yeah, the thing is, can he get the units on the field at the same time as these units are going to make it to the mill? He will be trying his best to block with the builder, but I think it's not gonna matter too much. He will be definitely losing this mill. Oh, what? Oh, actually, Felvin is also dealing damage to them. What? War chant. Felvin is strong, but not that strong. Barry Atua, thanks for the resub for 2 months, my man. Appreciate it. Really means a lot. Thank you for the huge support.
Barry at UA just resubscribed for 2 months. Ahoy. Greetings. Beyond BFME happy.
Thank you. Greetings back to you. Actually, it worked. Dude, it's such a meme start. It was working out though. He went for the Felwind, which means he's sacrificing his early buff. But in the meantime, he has lost another mill anyway. So this mill was saved. But as you can see, it's like 1 hit away from getting destroyed. Literally 1, and it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Okay, the mill has been taken down. Anyway, that's the thing, you know. And that's a great opening once again for Sauron. And I don't know, man, Ictelion always goes for the risky start. Going for 4 mill opening against Sauron when you're 2-0 behind. I don't know about that. It seems too risky for me to be good. And during all this time, Sauron's economy is untouched. Not a single mill has been even touched until this very moment. And that's bad because Sauron keeps snowballing, and against good players you don't want to fall behind. They know how to finish off the game with a victory the second they get a noticeable lead, you know. And that's definitely one of these moments. 2 mills down, zero mills down from Sauron. He's building an army worthy of the Witch King. 2 power points almost collected after the war chant. The Felwind has a long cooldown. That's the one thing. Actually, never mind. Dude, it seems to have like the same cooldown like the war chant does. So it's gonna be avoidable very soon again. But the, you know, the thing is, the Felwind is good when you can combine it with something. So the Felwind all alone is not good. Let's be real. It's good for the wombo combo potential though. Like for all the stuff you can do, the shenanigans you can do with the Felwind, it's great. But the solo ability itself is just not good enough. So starting with the, you know, long story short, starting with the Felwind spell from Angmar is just not efficient. Okay. Small Momo kill. Okay, so 350 command points available. Against 450, Sauron is definitely leading, and he's also creeping at the same time. So this creep is going to be secured by the Canadian player on the left side of the river. He has an offensive mill at the top right side, and he can keep expanding, keep building more and more stuff. And he actually went for the double Hall of the Kingsman against one Hall of the Kingsman in one Wolf Den. So I personally like this combination much more, because this gives you much more freedom in terms of strategy, you know? You can get Wolf Riders, Wolf Packs, and this all alone is going to force Sauron to recruit additional pikemen to cover his Gundabad orcs and also his extrovers. And you know, pikemen are good only in this situation, but they are horrible against Gundabads, they are horrible against the Felwind is coming in clutch. And now those Gundabad orcs are in an open area, and all you gotta do is trample them one single time. And there we go, boys, the flank damage is coming in clutch. There is another army. The pikemen are on the point. You gotta be careful, but what you can do is you can kill them in a few seconds with your wolf packs. Now the counter-attack time. Now this has to be effective, but in the meantime Sauron is not sleeping. He's also putting pressure on the economy from Ectelion. The builder is running for his life. Yabba dabba do. Don't chase him, dude. There is no reason for you to chase him. So that's gonna be a big clash. Warchan advantage is gonna be huge though. So he will have a buff advantage, which in BFME games, especially in Rise of the Witch King, means a lot. Oh, that's gonna be a big fight. But I don't know if the Angmar player Bambi should take this fight. I don't think so. And yeah, I don't think this game is looking good. He's now forced to retreat, but he will be sandwiched. Now he has two armies, two squads he has to deal with, right? There is another one coming, a large amount of units, like a big number of units, I mean. And there is another harassment is going on. So basically, the second he dealt with that, he needs to deal with this army, and they will be buffed too. Now he's clumping, so he can use Warchan on every single one of them. Boom, son. There we go. In the Wolf Den, a production building is history. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Dude, such a greedy opening once again, you know? It was kind of forcing him to use the Felwind. The question is it really worth it to save your mill but sacrifice your buff? Again, Bambi is a BFME 2 player, and in BFME 2 not only this faction doesn't exist, but also the buffs are not that strong. So Warchan doesn't give you any armor in BFME 2. Here you get 50% damage and 50% armor. Wish I had Rallying Call? Yes sir. That's the thing, you know, that's huge. You don't want to miss it early on with any faction. So yeah, smart move from Sauron disengaging. Smart move. I mean, there is no reason of overcommitting here. Just be patient. Triple Hall of the Kingsman, boys. Triple trouble. Level 1, level 1, level 2, and level 3, ladies and gentlemen. And now we have reached the stage of the game in which Angmar can unlock and unleash the full potential of lame. And the lame is Felwind Wombo Combo, boys. What you can do, and that makes it even easier. Think about it. Angmar has access to the banner carrier upgrade from the same building. Can you imagine that? You can build the one building which gives you the chance to recruit any unit you need, plus all your elite units, and you can even buy banner on them from the same building and get the long shot unlocked. That makes them all alone much better than the rangers of the Man of the West faction, because Man of the West has to build a blacksmith in order to do that. Felwind is available. 725 command points for Sauron, 500 command points for Bambi. But Bambi is giving up this area. I don't know about that. He will be losing everything when he does that. And also this fight cannot be won. Cannot be won. There is a small attempt of counter pressure, but that's not gonna work out either. And this is so not expensive. That's efficient. That's what I'm trying to say. 400 only. And when you have it, you need to only invest 100, right? Yeah, 100 only, dude. That's such a huge power spike, not only for these units, but also for these units, the Black Numenorians, and also for the Snow Trolls. There are so many units from the Angmar faction that get a huge power spike from just getting level 2. You know, that means long shot for the Dark Rangers, the charge for the Snow Trolls, and also for the Black Numenorians. Lots of pressure. Thanks for the follow, guys. Appreciate it. Daddy Gandalf and Girela. Thank you, thank you. Where can I download this game? And, you know, Google. Google. Just go to Google and type how to download BFME 2. And it will actually lead you to a website which can guide you step by step and explain you what is supposed to be done. In about 20 minutes, you should be able to get your game downloaded. And that's it, boys. Bambi has been defeated. We have the blue Man of the West player Sauron at the bottom side against the red Angmar player Bambi on the top side of the map. So, only once. Yes, only once. Why they can't choose their armies? Because it's a random tournament. So we have different formats every single time. In this format is actually you have to pick random, you know. We have faction champion tournaments in which you can play with one faction throughout the entire tournament. We have pick tournaments, like we have different formats all the time. But in order to determine the champion of the spring tournament, I think the best way to do that is actually forcing the people to play random, which means they need to be comfortable. They need to be good with every single one of the 7 factions in Rise of the Witch King. Early Hall of the Kingsman, actually, Bambi is changing his strategy, not going for the economical opening, no, building 1 mill, Hall of the Kingsman into the 2nd mill. But in the meantime, the Man of the West player Sauron is doing the opposite, building 4 farms and opening with the archery range. Very, very, very unique strategy. And look, would you look at that? Wookie Talkie is in the chat. Wookie! Glad to see you in the chat, bro. Okay, so 4 farms into the archer range, and I'm assuming he will be creeping this. No, he's actually going for the Gundabad Orcs. Gundabad Orcs, but I'm assuming archers will be just in time on the field. Where Orc, or he will be, no, they won't be on the field just in time. The farm is exposed in the middle of the map, and it will be definitely taken down. So what you can do, and what people should be trying to do more and more often, is, I think, expanding offensively, you know? This seems to be a very reliable strategy. In walkie-talkie for 23 months. 23. Next month we have the 2nd year's anniversary.
Vulkit just resubscribed for 23 months. Ahoy. Beyond BFME happy.
Almost 2 years indeed, my man. Thank you so much for the huge support, walkie-talkie. For 2 years. Nearly 2 years. The farm in the front has been taken down. You gotta be careful about your Trollmaster. The spawn has been taken down. Also, this is gonna be taken down. That's good, actually. Warchan is actually busted. You can see that. And he's microing quite a lot. And then, oh, the rebuild. Hey, the Trollmaster. Oh, micro. But there is another one coming. Can he take it down? If he can take it down, it's actually, dudes, just stop moving and attack it. Attack it. You lose time. Don't lose time. I think he would have just taken it down. I'm telling you, boys. He would have just taken it down. The Trollmaster is tanky, though. But it was, dude, it's okay though. He was forcing the Man of the West player to actually pick Rebuild from the spellbook, which is a super defensive power point. And he has to pick Rallying Call at this point, you know, he has to pick it with the next 5 power point, which will automatically delay his 10 power point from the summon. Frodo Gaming. So, dude, I'm such a Lord of the Ring think. The second I see Frod, for me it's always Frodo, you know what I'm saying? Frodo Gaming, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Hope you're gonna enjoy your thing. Okay, so another push is incoming. He will be trying to finish the job. Noch nicht, Vulkat. Juni is alright. And by the way, we still don't have a name for my son, boys. We still don't have a name for my son. My wife doesn't like the name I'm choosing. I don't like the name she is coming up with. So at the end of the day, the boss has to decide. Inumara, welcome, my friend. Arkuri-san. Now I'm gonna call him Balindru. I'm gonna call him Balindru, my son. Oh, can you do it? Can you do it? The Trial Master can maybe do it? Trial Master, can you do it? I believe in you. Trial Master. You have no power here, Horse Master. Theory, no. The Trial Master does no damage actually into this building. But it's good though. I mean, Angmar is during all this time legit untouched. So we have barracks and archer range infantry style of a gameplay from Sauron. He's going for a counterattack with one soldier and one pikeman. And there comes the wolf then for the wolf packs. But I think when you realize, okay, my opponent is getting archer range and soldiers, what you can do as Angmar and what you should be doing in my opinion is try to go for the level 3 Hall of the Kingsman ASAP. Recruit your Dark Rangers, because in a one-on-one fight between Dark Rangers and any infantry from Men of the West, there is no world in which Angmar would lose. The Felwind Longshot is just too powerful, you know? You can mess up the Gondor archers with one single long shot. Name him Faramir and he will show his quality. Dude. Oh, the Trial Master has been taken. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh my goodness. Many farms being built next to each other. This farm is gonna be taken down. Oh, would you look at that? Sauron is actually planning some shenanigans, boys. He's actually building an elven transport ship and planning to invade the Angmar from the sea. It was such a cool moment though. I actually I'm tilted that they didn't implement this in the films, you know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot enter Gondor. Ha 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 ha. You wanna stop us? You and which army? This army. Okay. In the meantime, we have 450 command points for men and 350 command points only for Angmar. Dude, Sauron is still ahead. And he has one transport ship. So the question is, oh, he's going inside the jeans, boys. 1, 2 soldiers. And 1 pikeman, maybe. This can be a deadly combination. Two soldiers and 1 pikeman. Rallying call is going to be available too. So the question is, can Angmar see that coming? I don't think so. He won't have vision, because he has not these things captured. This can be a quite sneaky attack. Who needs tunnels or mine shafts if you can get those transport ships, you know, recruited? Who needs that? Watch this, boys. Watch this, please. That's going to be Clown Fiesta. Too bad that you can only put 3 units inside, you know what I'm saying? Imagine you could put like 5 units inside in each of them, you know? Because they're expensive too. They cost 200 each. They cost almost as much as 1 soldier. That's not cheap. Oh my goodness, man. Come on now. Oh, Rave55 gifted subs to the channel, dude. Rave going nuts. Thank you so much for the huge support, Rave. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
V123 just gifted 5 subs. What a pirate.
Congrats on the winners, Bonky, Yoda, Zoe, Trucky, and Lio. And once again, Rave, thanks for the huge support, my man. Appreciate it. Really means a lot. And also, look at this. Major just gifted 1,000 bits. Thank you so much. Great tournament. Thank you very much, my friend. Thanks for tuning in, for following. Thank you very much for the huge support. Really means a lot.
Great tournament, Shanks.
Thank you very much, dude. I mean, you have been always showing a lot of support to the channel, Major. Appreciate it. Really means a lot. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed. 625 command points for men and 500 command points for Angmar. 10 power points collected. Now he has the chance to call on the orcs for a special summon. And dude, look at this. There they come, boys. There they come. There they come. Schöne Grüße aus Warschau. Jemand, vielen Dank. Okay, so look at this. Oh. This is so funny because that's so unique to this map. That's only possible on this map, by the way, nowhere else. Shanks, I love you, bro. No homo. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I love you too. And, you know, if I wouldn't be married, hey, Dev, Texas. Hey, if I wouldn't be married, dude, you and me, baby girl, you and me. All right, big push, but he's gonna summon the orcs defensively. Oh, war chance. Oh, that's a nice defense, but he was overcommitting for his defense, to be honest with you guys, or not. Like, war chant plus his orc special summon, I don't know if this was worth it or not. Because they have not unlimited time. Their time remaining is going down, down, down all the time. Shanks, can you rank the Rise of the Witch King armies with reasons? The strongest to the weakest. Whew. For me personally, I believe Angmar is the strongest faction. You know, just the most reliable faction. Doesn't seem to have like a really bad matchup. You know what I'm saying? Can outskill even the bad matchups. I don't think any army really can face against Angmar's late game power in long terms. With the Fel, I mean, again, I keep saying it all the time already, but just like the Felwyn Longshot feels so nasty and so incredibly busted, you know? Then I would say Mordor is a very reliable faction. Then I would say it's elves, Isengard, dwarves, men, and last faction is goblins. Enemy, because goblins, they seem to have a lot of bad matchups, you know, 3 bad matchups when there are only 6 playable matchups. You know what I'm saying? That feels like basically 50% of the matchups you can get beside the mirror match you lose. You know, that doesn't seem reasonable, but they are already working on a new beta, so they are aware of the things, and that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is set in stone, everything is evolving, everything is changing, and the more games we see in a patch, the more they also see, and the more adaptations can be made in long terms. I don't care about the patch today, but about what the patch can look like tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Shanks, you really destroyed goblins? Dude, what did I do to goblins? I didn't do anything to them. I mean, they just like feel weak against elves, Mordor, and Angmar, you know? That's facts. Oh, the weather is changing though. When I'm talking about balance, oh my goodness, darkness. 675 command points, 695 command points for men, and 850 for Angmar. This, he doesn't want to stop. He want to do it over and over again. Sauron is legit memeing now. Where can I see Abe versus Sauron? On Twitch. The last video from yesterday. But also on YouTube very soon. So basically every Twitch will also be uploaded eventually in a few days later on the second YouTube channel, which is called BFME World. Just in case you cannot make it to every stream, which I hope you can, but if you can't, with a really good reason hopefully, then you can watch the videos later on the YouTube channel. The well, the statue, multiple statues actually, barracks level 2, archer range level 3 for a fire arrow upgrade. So still no transition. We have 4 Hall of the Kingsmen, but every single one of them is level 1, including the Wolf Den. So it looks like Angmar player doesn't like to go for the transition, and there is no reason to not do that. Oh, you will get outskilled if you do that. You know what I'm saying? You will fall off. He also recruits Morgo Mia. Dude, such a I don't know about this hero, you know? He doesn't seem to be bad, but he doesn't seem to be very efficient either, right? So he involved. This hero on the other side is actually pretty good. Like, when you take a look into the spells, and that's very good, you know, you get leadership with level 1, you get pillage with level 3, which is easy for Volder to reach, and with level 5, which is easy to gain level, you can even summon reinforcements, you know, and all of that for a very affordable price. Oh, look at this. The farms are glowing, shining bright like a diamond, boys. The grand harvest. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Fancy, dude. Look at this fancy stuff. Oh my, what is this? Corsair bombardment ship. Let's go. But the Rangers are taking care of that. Dude, the thing, I hate them. They are so bad. They are so bad. They miss 8 out of 8 shots. I mean, 8 out of 10 shots. They will miss every time. And look at this. They are so squishy. One single archer without fire arrow is crushing it. And this thing shoots once every 15 minutes. What the heck is this attack speed? You can fall asleep and wake up in the morning and then it's still roaring, you know. I'm done soon, I will shoot now. Oh, heroes are leveling up though. Level 2 Morgomir has the Dread Visage to debuff, but the debuff from this hero is weak. So the hero here doesn't nullify your leadership bonuses. So it's weaker than, for example, the Keef Pads or Creepine or Freezing Rain or anything that can shut down your leadership bonuses and debuff you on top of that. So the only way Angmar can do that is by recruiting the Witch King of Angmar or recruiting some Sorcerers, which we might see very soon, for some black magic action. And also very, very bad units, in my opinion. They are so underused because they feel so slow and so squishy, they die quite fast. And maybe it's also because Angmar has just too many better options, you know what I'm saying? Angmar doesn't need Sorcerers, so you can even remove them from the game. It wouldn't really affect the Angmar gameplay, because from all these games, how many times do we actually see the Temple of Twilight, and how many times do we actually see the Sorcerers being recruited? You know, maybe once a year, you know, in a tournament game. Clown Fiesta game, boys. Morgomir is diving in. Boromir is on the field. Boromir, the captain of Gondor against Mordor, the captain of Angmar. The Orc Summon for the second time. Orc Summon is actually pretty good. Has a, you know, really low cooldown. You can summon it multiple times in a match. Morgomir, when he's level 6 though, he can unlock the Dark Glory, and this thing is very strong. He will get additional damage and armor, and also the Dark Dunedain near to him. It's a spell, by the way. It stacks. And keep in mind that Angmar is a faction that struggles a lot to get additional leadership. So the only way Angmar can get leadership for every unit in the game from Angmar faction is by unlocking the Freezing Rain spell from the spellbook. And talking about the spellbook, you have the White Summon and Orc Summon. And he has 5 power points collected on top of that. He's up to 950 command points in total. We see now a Elven warship coming up to the top side. Absolute clown fiesta. Baldur is running for his life. He's level 2. PowerPoint department for the man is looking like this. He has all the 5 power points unlocked from the spellbook and has only 8 power points collected on top of that. The only hero we have seen from man so far is the Boromir, the captain of Gondor. So not a single expensive hero yet. I mean, no Aragorn, no Gandalf. But maybe later on, with this much command points and with the Grand Harvest, obviously, on them, he will get... How much money does he get? I'm curious. From a level 3 building... Show me, game. Hello? He gets no money from it or what? It's back, boys. He doesn't get money. Because he's so poor for whatever reason. He doesn't get money. Dude, I'm sitting here for like 10 minutes and he didn't get one-time money yet. Or am I blind? Is he gonna come from here? Okay, I mean... Apparently he actually... doesn't get money. Oh, I saw it. But it was so dark, I don't know. Couldn't see it. Okay, big fight. Rangers. Oh, the Sorcerer. Black magic action is going on. Something. I don't know. Oh, the frozen thing. Dude, Sorcerers may be hidden secret, hidden OP, you know, the Trollstone Thrower, dude. What is this thing? We see units we normally never see, because Angmar never sieges with these units, by the way, never. Angmar always goes for a giant summon and then sieges with that, like almost exclusively, I'm telling you. But Tom Bombadil can do it. Do it, Tom. Do it, Bombadil. Tom Riddle. Voldemort, do something. Boo, that's not the... Hey, man, Tom Bombadil, you can do it better, Tom. The thing is, there is no reason of trying to kill this guy. This guy seems to be legit unkillable. He has 5,000 HP. And every single time we see the special summon, everybody is running for his life. I've never seen this guy dying actually before his timer goes down. Maybe this might be the one time. The Rangers are shooting at him all the time. But he's just dancing. He doesn't care, boys. He doesn't care. The Trollstone Thrower. This is such a meme unit. Looks so really weird and cringe. And shooting also so slowly. Like, compare this shot with a mountain giant shot. I think this is very comparable to an Ent special summon. The Ents are literally throwing as slow as a Trollstone Thrower, you know? 995 command points available for man and 1000 command points available for Angmar. And he is actually recruiting more and more Sorcerers, going for the level 2 now, which will give you the chance to get the Well of Souls. With level 3, you can unlock the Corpse Rain. Okay, 14 power points. So 15, as he has picked the whites, will give him the chance to also go for the Blight. Blight can actually be quite useful in this situation because he has immobile units. And with the Felvin combined, you can actually make sure. What you can do is you can go for the Blight, put in Morgomir inside the genes, debuff them, make sure they are losing a lot of additional armor, and then you use Felvin Blight, boom, you know, and everything of this is gonna turn into the whites. Hey, the long shots are incoming, boys. They are slow, they cannot move. Tower guards are tanky, they are beefy. The Blight, but Felvin is on cooldown. Man has to move. He's being poisoned, taking damage over time. Now, every time they die, while they are poisoned, they will turn into the army of the whites. The Knights of the Lamrof are coming for a trample into the backline. Emre Bey, hoş geldin, sefalar getirdin. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. 1000 command points, a lot of money in the bank. The army of whites is marching out, but they deal 0 damage to the build. Actually, they deal, but there are so many of them. And that's a very squishy building, right? But they still will be able to take it down. 5 power points collected. More. Dude, the guy came while being poisoned, using the whites. They don't care, dude. They don't care. They cannot be stunned. This guy is using one of the second he enters the battlefield. During all this time, Angmar is untouched. You have 13 power points collected after the Tom Bombadil special summon for the Man of the West player, Sauron. At the very same time, he's 2 power points away from his 15. The Trollstone Thrower from downtown starts the siege, but the damage is horrendously bad. Like, what is this? You need to hit it 50,000 times, and this thing has not even upgrade, I think, right? Or does he have upgrade on the armor? Oh, the Felvin is coming in clutch, but there is no follow-up, is there? Boromir will be healed. Knights are gonna be healed too. And the Trollstone Thrower is gonna be able to shoot maybe 1 or 2 more times. The damage is actually pretty low. I don't know if this is actually also low for like Ents and Mountain Giants, but I feel like Mountain Giants and Ents, they deal definitely more damage. Cloudbreak is gonna be unlocked. Can we buy this game? You cannot buy this game. I mean, you can, but it's going to be overpriced, so you can download them for free. There is a link in the chat now from Barindru. Use this link. It's a step-by-step tutorial or guide. Not a tutorial video, but a guide which will explain you what you are supposed to do. And in about 20 minutes, if you follow it step by step, you will be able to play the game for yourself. Okay, dude. Oh, the Knights were able to take down Morgomir, if I'm not mistaken. They're leveling up like crazy, dude. Look at this damage against Mordor, guys. Kill him. Just kill him. There is no reason to run away. Just kill him. Level 2, level 4. The comeback. 13 power points, 12 power points collected after the Blight. 13 away. Angmar has the chance to summon the big bad wolf. You know what I'm saying? The Sorcerers are here, but they are so expensive too. How much they cost actually? 400. I mean, they don't cost a lot, but you need to invest a lot of money to build this, upgrade this, you know, all this kind of shenanigans. Armory maybe? Heavy armor maybe? No? Eye shots? Also no. But why you went for a level 2? I mean, you have money. What are you saving for? That's the big question, boys. Hey Gulliver, glad to see you in the chat, bro. There is a level 3 meal, by the way, for Angmar, boys. So Angmar is getting a lot of money, but so does the Man of the West player. The thing is, the fortress is low, but keep in mind that Man of the West player has the access to the rebuild. Oh, it's a build only. My bad. In front of me, dudes, look at this. Would you look at that? The brother of Boromir, the captains of Gondor, the brothers of Gondor, side by side. 9 power points collected, in 1000 command points available. 1000 fire arrows purchased, level 3 barracks, level 3 archer range, level 3 stable. That's the strongest Man of the West army can ever get. These units you see on the field, Tower Guards, Rangers, and Knights of the Lamrof, are the strongest form of the Man of the West army. You can't get any stronger army-wise. Oh, long shot. Rangers are dying. Nice shot. Knocks them down, but doesn't deal too much damage to Rangers. But they have like a really crazy range, but there is no defense. For the backline, and 1 trample is all it takes. And all those Dark Rangers are going into the graveyard. And more Sorcerers, look how slow they are. They are so... Wololo. You guys know the priests from the Age of Mythology game? Yeah, Wololo. They are exactly the same version of Middle-earth, you know? Oh, the giant special summon. I see you, bro. I see you. And he has rebuilt on cooldown too. Hey. The fortress from man is no more. And that's the siege of Angmar. That's what I'm talking about. That's why you don't need Trollstone Throwers. You don't need that. You have your giant. Special summon Volder has been taken down. 15 power points, but what's the matter if you cannot use it? You cannot use it. But Fortress is required for you to get access to the PowerPoint menu. But Angmar has not the same problems. He's 6 power points at 6 power points after the giant special summon. The Blight is more than 50% reloaded, so it will be available in eventually a couple of minutes from now. These 15 power points, they have actually like a really long cooldown. But if you can combine that, and that's what you should be aiming for. You need to combine this with the Felwind. You don't want to randomly summon the Blight. The Blight can be escaped. You can just run away. And he has even heavy armor on them, right? No, he doesn't. But he has leadership, right? I don't know. They are glowing. Boromir. Oh, not even leadership yet. Good. I mean, they might have double buff and the tower guards are tanky, but the rangers are not. So the Blight can kill them, and the second they got killed, they will turn into the Wights, and then you can use the Wights to kill the rest of the army. There is the counter-attack. Felwin is on cooldown, the longshot is incoming, and rangers are taking a lot of damage, but they will be actually getting away just in time. The Sorcerer, dude, I don't know about the Sorcerer though. When they get shot by the rangers, they won't be able to do anything about the situation, trust me on that one. 8 power points collected, he's doing some shenanigans, but as he's doing, you need to make a sacrifice. There can't be victory without sacrifice, boys. So every time they are casting a spell, they lose units. So that's why they are bad. And also the Troll Master unit. So basically, this guy is working like a Troll Master. And if you kill the guy, he's gone. Right? 9 power points collected. The fortress is down, but who needs a fortress in 2022, boys? Doll of the Kingsman level 1 is going to be the first target. The Knights of Dol Amroth are looking to commit on the fortress. But remember, Angmar can go for the Snowbind, deny them to attack the fortress. And that's even in those situations better than rebuild. But the fortress is being attacked. Look at the burst damage, ladies and gentlemen. Would you look at this? This is bursting. This is Siege Hammer 2.0. One Knight of Dol Amroth. We have seen a similar situation last time, and they almost crushed the fortress. Bambi forgets the fact that he has Snowbind. He doesn't even bother using it, and the fortress is going down like it's made of paper. And everything is getting demolished, everything is falling into darkness, and that's a freeway ticket into the finals of the winner bracket for the Canadian player Sauron. GG, well played. And Sauron in the finals is gonna face either against Mr. Smog, Fairy, or Maru.